Hi, everybody, and welcome to this event. You're going to love it, but you can help me by saying, hey, I'm here, and I grew up in New Jersey, but I currently live in Cleveland. Just give me a couple of how do you do's. Everyone's going to have a great day, ready. People saying hi to each other. I like that, but where are you from? Where did you grow up? Where do you live? Because I'm going to ask you a bunch of stuff that I'm going to put in the chat, and I want to get you used to it very early on. And for those of you who think I'm backwards, I am not. My shirt is for me. It says, be your best self. And so 20 times a day, I'm looking down at my shirt to remind myself what I got to do today. Be my best self. And if I'm best for me, then I can be my best for you, not until. Clear on that? I live here in Charlotte. That's your problem. I live in El Paso. I'm from Massachusetts, but I live in Georgia. See, now there's a guy who's smart. You grew up in the North, which is where you learn stuff, and then you move south where you can execute. Not people, but things. Grew up in Forest Hills, live in San Jose, Lambeau Field. Oh, cool. See, people will live near a football stadium, even though they live in a city. And Lambeau is probably the best known field where the current losers are playing. No offense. Chat. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get rolling. I'm happy to see everybody. We're going to share the screen. You're going to love it. Share. Can you see my screen? Just, yeah, you can see it. All right, we're going to go full bore. Jen is going to go picture. I can see you, but I see your picture on this thing here. Is that okay, Jen? Jen will join us on a regular basis.
Yeah, you can hide non-speaking participants, I think, if you go to video settings. But if it's a big deal, don't worry about it.
We're cool. Okay. Everyone can see the slides, all good. People are here from Calgary. I apologize, but I show people from Canada a picture that they haven't seen for 30 years. It's a picture of the Stanley Cup. So welcome to our show. And I want to talk to you today about how you're going to make more sales right now, which is what every salesperson cares about. Can I make more sales right now? But there's some strategies that you're currently not using, and I want you to be aware of them that will help you make sales easier and faster. My friend, the great Dan Burris, says, in times of uncertainty, document what you're certain of. That is such a powerful statement because we are living in uncertain times. So my question to you, and this is for your own note-taking, what are you certain of? And then maybe you might ask yourself, who are you certain of? And then maybe you might even ask yourself, what are you certain that you can achieve right now? Your quota, having a great year, ending the year phenomenally, making more sales, whatever it is, what are you certain that you can achieve right now?
Jeffrey, while everyone's writing that in the chat, maybe you can close the color thing that's on the right of your slides.
Huh?
There's it's a color palette or something.
I can't see it. Hold on. I know what you're talking about, though.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I got you. I know what you're saying. Okay, I'm going to stop this for just a second.
Awesome. And everyone just write that in the chat. Tell us, what are you certain of going into 2023?
All right, here we go. That's going now, right? No, Jenny, let me ask for other things in the chat, okay?
Okay.
What is preventing you from closing sales right now? Put that in the chat. I forgot to go back to this thing. It's getting more complicated as life goes on. I'm going to share this. Now I got it. I'm going to share it like this. Can you see that okay, Jen?
Perfecto.
What is preventing you from closing sales right now? That's what I want to know. and not enough buyers, supply issue, low inventory. What? Well, let me put it to you to where you stop blaming things and other people. Are there things that you can do personally that will help you close sales faster? So, for example, if you think the strengths of your relationship could speed up your sales, put a 1 in the chat. If relationships have nothing to do with it, put a 2 in the chat. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. If you think the strength of your relationships could speed up your sales, in other words, if you were friendlier with people, if they liked you more, if you had a closer relationship with them, and you could call them on the phone and they would actually return your call, you could text them, that's what I want to know. A 2 if it doesn't matter. You think relationships don't matter. And the 1s are pouring in. Okay, cool. Now, most of the time, the people who would put in 2 is where they're trying to sell stuff online, where you hardly even see the other person. Excuse me. Okay. We are not in the middle of a crisis. You might think we are because you watch the news or some other thing that's telling you what's going on. But people are doing business as usual. This is a time for selling. You're in the middle, in my opinion, of the biggest sales opportunity of your lifetime. Because the playing field is woozy. It's level if you play online. It's level if you're doing, social selling. But this is an opportunity time for you to learn about yourself, learn about your new sales skills, and an opportunity to learn how to help others by building a stronger relationship with them. Napoleon Hill said about 100 years ago, generally speaking, a job is as good in proportion to the amount of study required to master it. Now that's 100 years old and it's still accurate today. Now is the time. Let's go to this piece here. I'm going to talk about making sales today, right now, because I believe that making sales right now is going to get harder. I think the economy will slow down. December's the holidays. People have excuses about why they're not going to buy. Between now and the next 3 weeks, this is your time. The economy's slowing down. Everyone will admit that except people in politics. And nobody knows what's going to happen after January the 1st. Not one person. Is it going to be upheaval? Is it going to be easier? What's the price of oil? What's the stock market going to do? No one knows. You can listen to people who predict, but if you want to know about predictions, watch the guy who predicts the weather and see how accurate he or she is. And if you're stuck in worry mode, you're actually manifesting whatever it is that you're worrying about. No bueno. So here's what you have to do. You have to focus on your thoughts on creating outcomes and the outcomes that you want. And when you focus on that, then you're going to manifest that outcome. So you have an option. You can worry about what the crap is, or you can worry about positive outcomes. You can focus on positive outcomes. That is your biggest opportunity. And you can type along with you. I'm looking at the chat. Cool. Because of you, I stopped watching the news a long time ago. Cool. But I want you to take a picture of this slide. Your outcome will affect and determine your income. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I want you to, on your own piece of paper, you don't have to put it in the chat. I want you to write down what you believe are your core competencies as a salesperson. Now I'm going to give you a bunch of them and just move along with me and write a few pieces down on your own note-taking pad. Do you help customers win? Are you teaching customers how to profit? Those are major core competencies. Are you offering your best value? Are you delivering what you promise? Are you accessible? Are you a resource? And we're going to talk about that. But being accessible and being a resource are way more important than being a salesperson. Are you friendly and likable? All things being equal, people want to do business with their friends. All things being not quite so equal, people still want to do business with their friends. Are you 10-second responsive? Are you finding referrals for others? Are you grateful and thank you? And are you making certain that when you deliver something to that customer, that there are no surprises? That's what they're counting on. Now you have your own core competencies. Now, there's 3.5 things that you can do specifically to sharpen your sales skills right now and get out of the worrying mode. I'm going to give you the how. First, strategy. This is the sales process hack that's so obvious that I'm almost embarrassed to have to teach it to you, but I have to teach it to everybody. Here's how to double your sales. Double the amount of time you spend in front of people that can say yes to you. If you're closing 1 out of 4 and you see four people a day, go to 8. Maybe you only have to go to 7. But the bottom line is you have the option and the opportunity to double your sales by simply doubling the amount of time that you spend in front of people that can say yes to you. When you ask them strategic questions that build relationships and create trust, you begin to win. Those questions are about them, but make them respond in terms of you. And when you get those answers, you document those answers immediately so you can remember them. Rely on yourself to remember nothing. Because if you're seeing 4 people in a day or 8 people in a day, they all give you different answers, you're going to forget them. Your job is to have your computer, your phone, your laptop open so that as people are giving you answers, you tell them, hey, let me get that down. Documenting clears your mind for ideas and for the next step in the sale. I want you to look at this for just a second. When your mind is cluttered with detail, you can't come up with a new idea. Your mind's too full. When you document, your mind is clear. You can forget about it because it's right down, it's somewhere in their customer file. And now your mind is free to create an idea for them. That's the whole process. So in the chat, I want you to put 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. How well do you document your customer details? 1 horrible, 5 best. And if you're a 3, that's a bunch of crap. You're usually either a 2 or a 4. How well do you document your customers' details? This is critical because this means you can remember the littlest of details. You can remember the things that will engage that person or re-engage that person once you get them back on the phone or you're back in front of them live again, or even in an email or a text. Yep. Good. 3, Michael, come on. 3, Lauren, come on. Yeah, well, we'll see. If you're a 1, 2, or a 3, then you have to go back and start to document because only the 4s and 5s are going to have the opportunity to double their sales. This is what we do. I'm going to ask Jen to come on and just talk just a little bit about how we use tech to make sales easier, faster, and error-free by simply documenting. Jenny, are you there?
Hi, Jeffrey. I'm here. So one of the things we use.
You look very nice today.
Oh, thank you. So one of the things we do with our tech is we actually have specific questions and specific values we try to find out every single time whenever we're talking to a prospect. So like, as you can see here, this is a prospect's card, so to speak. Like if you think of the old school Rolodex, what you would put besides their actual business card. So we have our own relationship builders. Those are values and other things that we have in common. Shared values. Okay. Business experiences, because these are all things we want to find out about every single time when we're talking to a customer. Ideas in their favor. That's a huge one. And we'll talk more about that in a minute or in a few minutes. And of course, Jeffrey's favorite question, where did you grow up? Right. So it's hard to, when you're talking to lots of customers, and hopefully you're talking to lots of customers, it's hard to remember all those little details, like family, 3 kids, one's the same age as as my stepdaughter, Jeffrey's daughter, 2 are in college. Like those are minute details. But if you remember that kind of stuff, when you talk to them the next time and they realize you remembered it, it makes a big difference. So those small details make a big difference. Anyway,
I can't make it bigger. The person who wants it bigger, I can't make it bigger. This is as big as it gets. So you'll have to watch the replay and then blow up the slide.
Yeah, and if you want it bigger, you can actually just take a screenshot and then you can blow it up yourself on your own screen. But this is a customer of ours and details that we wrote down. And we have this sheet, rather than like trying to remember these things, we have this sheet that we fill out every single time we're talking to someone with our specific.
Jen, did you notice, by the way, that women are way better at recording details than men? Just in general, in the chat, go up and look at the chat. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Our little focus group here proved that, I guess. But see, with our tech, you can put, if you have specific things that you track, you can put that in yourself. So we put these prompts in there and you can put whatever your prompts are. And I'll hand it back to you, Jeffrey.
Okay, thanks. Strategy 2 is a follow-through strategy that actually works, not a follow-up strategy. That's an old world sales tactic of annoy somebody on the phone, tell them that they got a proposal and you were wondering if they had any questions. That's a lie. So this is a shift in your sales mindset. The follow-up is about the sale. The follow-through is about the sale and the relationship. Let me explain that. Here's a couple of follow-through strategies that you can immediately apply to your business and your sales process. But follow-through means not simply trying to score the sale, rather putting an emphasis on building the relationship. It starts out with how you walk into the sales call. If you walk into the sales call with information about you and your offer, they consider you a salesperson. Let me go over these slides. Let me show you what we're all about. Let me tell you a little bit about me. No one cares. They've already Googled you. They already know what you're wanting to talk to them about. But if you walk in with ideas for them and answers about them, now they consider you a resource. And your job is to shift the person at the other side of the desk or at the other side of the computer screen from thinking this guy's a sales guy, as opposed to, oh, wow, I think this person can help me. Now you're talking. You have specific questions and follow-through actions, and then you document them. Are you getting the message now about documentation? You document them every time you get an answer. Just a second, let me get that down. You ask a question about how they're using, what's been their past experience, what are they looking forward to, what do they think is going to happen after they take delivery? The kind of questions that will help them respond in terms of what their real needs are, not simply what your price is. Okay. Follow-through actions are about building value, and sales are about documenting those outcomes every single time. Outcome is critical because it goes way beyond sale all the way to relationship. Let me show you how we do it while Jenny comes in and talks about the process.
I'm back. Okay, so one of the things we do is we have this app on our phone. It's amazing. And after a meeting, we're always thinking about what's the next step in the process. What's the next step to get to the sale? So oftentimes you'll meet with a prospect and you need another meeting, or you need to send a proposal, or you need to have a follow-up phone call. Whatever the thing is that's next, we are always documenting that. And what you see here, it says enter in the next activity here. The cool thing is it goes right on our calendar, because I have a motto that if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't get done. Or in the positive, when it's on the calendar, it gets done. And so this automatically adds it onto your calendar, which is one of the things I freaking love. So whatever you're doing, whether you're using a system like this or not, make sure that that next step is always on your calendar.
I take notes as I go, and I auto add next step to my calendar, but I do it even deeper than that. I'm prepared every time I go in so that I know what my next step could be, and I know what I have to ask, and I know what I have to do. I go way beyond whatever I have to document so that documentation becomes easy. And here's what that looks like. Jen, stay on. There has to be an agreement sent, and then there's stuff. Am I going to have breakfast with the guy? Am I going to have a connection again? This is when I created a deal. This is the phone call that I had to make. I want to know all the steps involved in the selling process. And I used to do it in a spreadsheet. And then I had a very cumbersome CRM that, to be honest with you, I never used.
Yeah, so Jeffrey and I would track these things in text messages between each other, like, hey, honey, what's for dinner? Oh, and by the way, did you call Patrick? And,
Yeah.
and they would like just totally get lost. Or I know when I do stuff on my own, sometimes I would have it on a Post-it note or my calendar or a note in my phone or just everywhere instead of it just in one place. And so what I love about this is like you keep it all in one place.
Exactly. Okay. So strategy 3 is turning customer relationships into loyal, referring friendships. I want you to think about that. I gave you the note, all things being equal, people want to do business with their friends. I'm going to take it a little bit deeper at the moment. I have a customer who I did a seminar for 25 years ago. First one. Then I did another one. Then he changed employers, and I did another one. But this guy was like a brilliant guy. And I said, Rob, you should really be writing these stories down, because at some point you're going to call it quits at your job and you need to write a book. And 6 months ago, he called me on the phone and said, I took your advice 25 years ago. I've retired. I got all the stories. I'm ready to write the book. Can I come over? Literally, that's what happened. And he did. And he did. But let me take it even back further than 25 years. In 1993, I was in an office in New York City. I'm writing the sales Bible at the time and looking for help. So the guy who was helping me, his mom had written a bunch of books. And I showed him this statement: if you make a sale, you earn a commission. If you make a friend, you earn a fortune. He stopped the meeting, called in all of his people, had them put the saying up on his website, printed it out, and put it on everybody's desk. That's how impactful that statement was 30 years ago. And it's the very same thing today. The impact of that statement has not changed at all. You want to make a fortune? Make a friend. Paying attention, offering ideas, and taking notes on what mattered to him. That's what I did. I believe that this is the most critical and least used step in the relationship building process. What matters to them? What is their motive to move forward? What is their buying motive to move forward? That's where you have to be. If you don't have that, you don't win, period. You fight price. And then you wonder, well, the guy took a lower price. No, the guy did not take a lower price. The guy took what he perceived was best for him or her in the process. If your value goes way over the price, they're going to pick you. And if not, they're not. Jen, talk a little bit more about.
Yeah, so I'm going to challenge you right now to think about what are the questions you need to ask your prospect every single time you're talking to a new prospect. What are the things that you need to find out every single time? Because like you see where it says customize fields, if you use our program that we use, you can customize this. You can do it however you want. We're just going to show you what we perceive to be the easiest way. But what's important is what's on the left side, right? Because that's what you're going to use as your standard every single time you're talking to your customers. Or if you're managing a team, what are your salespeople asking every single time?
So in the chat, take a minute and tell me what kind of CRM you use. What's the name of your CRM? Just take a moment. I'm wondering how often Salesforce comes up, but there's
And
plenty of
some
others.
people might say nothing.
Ooh,
We didn't use a CRM for a long time.
yeah, that's true. We didn't. Make friends one at a time. I love that. The Sales Bible is the greatest. Thank you very kindly, Lisa. Holy smokes. They're flying in. Looking for a good one. Daniel, we have some news for you, bud. Well, I'm amazed at how many people use none. Some of these are pretty expensive. My cell phone. Hi, Daniel. I love it. Okay, so take one more shot at the chat. What's missing from the CRM that you use right now? What do you wish was in there? What do you wish was in? What's missing, and what do you wish was in there? Chat those things. I wish I had a. Right. I use HubSpot, but I need help setting it up. No, you need a wizard to set it up. I couldn't do it. I ended up just quitting. I literally ended up just quitting. But there's a happy ending for the story, and I'll tell you what it is in just a minute. Yeah, Sales Punisher. So what's missing? Not made for home inspectors. Oh, wow. Easier tools to use. Share feature. Yeah, what's missing? What you're doing with your CRM is you're entering your data into a database. And that database is giving you back information of call Bob on Tuesday. But it's not really going into the depth of the emotion that's behind that sale. Your CRM gives you the logic. You have to provide the emotion for yourself. And I'm going to share with you how to do that in just a second. Wow. Ease of use. Yeah, that's huge. Isn't that amazing? HubSpot is great once you learn it and utilize the features. Yeah, right. How long does it take you? Dan, how long did it take you to learn it? Helps me and multiply my time. Of course, the reason that you use tech to be able to document steps of the sale is so that you earn your time back. You buy your time back. But the challenge is, what does it tell you? I get an email every morning from my CRM about what to do today. It's like, oh, cool. I know what to do. I don't have to do jack. I just look at my email in the morning. So there's a simple and easy to use tech game changer. And I'm going to share with you what it is. You wake up and you know exactly what you need to do. You know which sales you need to work on to get to the next level. You know which relationships you need to build on because you can see all the important information in one place. Ta-da! It looks like this. You didn't even have to pipe in. We blocked out a lot of things because it's not fair to show you our customers and we don't want you to steal them. But this is a simplified form. And you ready for this? I made it. I am not a tech genius.
One of the cool things that Jeffrey did was he said, okay, we have our own stages, like the top where you see qualified, attempting connection, initial conversation. These are all our stages that we use at By Gitomer for our service-based sales. And so you all have your own stages, right? But Jeffrey,
Right.
You made it in like, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes. Okay, but here's the deal. Qualified for us is we get a call coming in from someone that wants something, and I've connected with them. And so I put that in the qualified stage, and then I make a deeper connection. And then I document what happened in the initial conversation, and then I document the objectives that I have. And from that point on, I can make a proposal. Do I make a proposal in writing? No. I make a video and I attach my proposal to the video. So there's subtle things that we do that other people don't do. But once they have that and they have the proposal, the only thing I need to do after that is collect money. Ta-da! Now, are there follow-up things in the middle? Yes, there are. But I've documented all of that and I get a notification of it in the morning. So I know exactly who I have to call. I know exactly what I have to do. Tech apps collect data and give reminders. But when you do what we do, you get immediate sales strategies, implementable, valuable sales answers, and ideas that favor the customer because you've documented everything that they've said. We use Pipedrive. I don't think for anybody that uses Pipedrive, they're all sitting there going, that sounds like what I do. It is exactly what you do. And it's easy to use. I'm 76. I made this myself. I didn't need a $7,500 consultant to come over to show me how it worked. I just clicked a button and it said, hey, you want to put your sales cycle in there? I go, yeah, it's exactly what I want to do. And I selected all my own things. I renamed them for what we needed. I sat with Jen and we talked about it. Yeah. We agreed and click save and done. And literally we were done. And then all I have to do is document results from conversations, and somehow it miraculously shows up where it's supposed to. It's a miracle. It is a miracle. Is it good? No, it's amazing. Their brag is that it wasn't just built by IT to manage sales, but actual salespeople helped them put this program together to make sales. That's cool. In other words, they didn't just say, well, here's what we have, figure out how to use it. They said, here's what we have. It's going to help you make a sale. So if you want to double your sales, you got to keep track of the details. It's just that simple. That's what I started to tell you. And the details are incredible if you do it right. If you want to become a resource or a trusted advisor or a friend, you have to keep track of the details because that will deepen the relationship. If you make a promise or you send a proposal or you uncover buying motives, you have to keep track of the details or you will lose the sale to some jackass who keeps better detail control than you do. You have to keep track of all the details. I'm pretty sure I'm clear on that. The devil is not in the details. The sale is in the details. Let me repeat that because it's really cool. The devil is not in the details. The sale is in the details. Backstory. We bought a big name CRM several years ago, paid a consultant $7,500 to install it, turn it on, and try to figure out how to use it. I never did. They came, went through the whole thing, very pretty, very professional, very nice. Here's the deal. As a result of that, someone would ask me, what do you use? I go, nothing. We don't use anything. We've never recommended a customer relationship management platform because we never found one that was easy to use and actually helped make sales until we started to use Pipedrive. Screenshot this because I still have more stuff to tell you. Gitomer.com/CRM. I'll show it to you again, so don't worry about it. But the deal is Jen and I went to Berlin and we negotiated with them to get 20% off of Pipedrive for 1 year for you and to extend their trial period from, I think, a week to 30 days. If you do it now. Here's the recap. You have to know every detail. You have to know how you can help. You have to have an idea or two. You have to meet face-to-face if possible. You brainstorm ideas. You find out everything and document their issues and concerns all in your CRM. In times of uncertainty, document what you're certain of. In times of uncertainty, document the details. So we've mastered this process by creating our own sales timeline. And I showed you what it is, but keep in mind, this is for you. You make up your own. You can, any of these things that you want to do. I went to their house. Okay, great. I went there. Yeah. I called them on the phone. I made the initial appointment. I sent a proposal. Whatever it is, all these things on the top line, you can do yourself. And you can do them literally. I did them in under 5 minutes. I documented my whole sales cycle. And if you need to change it, you just go in and change it. It's not hard. You don't need a consultant. You just need your fingers. Because I don't know that you can do voice to text with it. I use my fingers. I usually use voice text for everything, but I use my fingers. You want to add anything here, Jenny?
Not at the moment.
Okay. I'll keep you posted on what's going on. You can do it in minutes. I did it in minutes. And I'm not saying if I can do it, you can do it. I'm saying I did it, therefore it can be done. Got it? Now, there's another level. You can become a Gitomer Pipedrive user, a Gitomer Pipedrive user, not just a Pipedrive user. We have an exclusive arrangement with Pipedrive. So you can become a Gitomer Pipedrive user by doing the following things. Oh, and you can do it in minutes. Here's all your stuff. This is, no, I went backwards. You get an extended free trial. You get great pricing. And we're offering a bonus that when you use our link, Gitomer.com/CRM, screenshot that. I'll put it up again, but screenshot it now. You sign up for a free trial. There's no obligation. You don't put in a credit card. You don't do jack. But you do it by the 22nd of November, and you're going to win the prize. You use our link, then you send your confirmation to helpme@Gitomer.com. You got that? And you're going to be invited to a live session with Jen where she's going to walk you through exactly how to get started. In other words, your $7,500 how to use this program is going to take about 20 minutes and it's free. And it's by an expert, by a person who actually does it.
Yeah, so I use this all day long. I live in Pipedrive. To Daniel's question, yes, there is an app. It's cell phone friendly. I could not use it if there wasn't an app. I literally just jump on my phone, boop, 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 done. And it updates everywhere. The rest of the team can see it if I want them to. It's so awesome. Yes, a lot of you are asking about a phone app. Yes. And so what we'll do on the Get Started session with me is I'll walk you through how Team Gitomer uses it. In fact, I'll choose someone from the Zoom session who wants me to use theirs to set theirs up using our standards of what we do. And I'll be hosting that session live with you. And if you can't make it for some reason, there'll be a recording. But what you need to do in order to get in on that session with me is to sign up for the free trial. Again, it's free, no credit card, nothing. Just Gitomer.com/CRM, sign up, and then let us know that you used our link because otherwise we won't know to invite you to the free session.
Pipedrive is very protective of your identity. So you have to proactively go outside of it and connect with us. I like that part, actually. But you have to take action. I will tell you that we've talked to their people. We went to Berlin, Germany to meet them. That's how impressed we were with what they had and how they did it. And I'm going to assure you that if you decide to play inside the Pipedrive app, you're going to win. And you're going to have the easiest CRM time of your life. I think that's more important.
And there's a question in here. Is it ours forever once we build it? And the answer is yes, as long as after your free trial, you subscribe to Pipedrive, and the pricing is really friendly. And you get the 20% off when you use our link. So anything we build together on that get started session is yours to keep. Like, there's nothing, I'm just there to help you. We might get into some fun sales conversations while we're on the Zoom together. I look forward to meeting with you guys. All you need to do though is sign up before next Tuesday.
Get Pipedrive through our link and you'll get access to our private lessons. Our goal is to continue the lessons after the setup. Lessons about how to use and how we use Pipedrive in order to make sales. So we're not going to tell you something about how to, we're going to tell you about how we. I think that's way more powerful. You get your free trial by November 22nd, which is Tuesday, and start closing sales in your direction. Any questions on that? There's the slide. Screenshot it. Don't lose it. Now, some of you have questions. We're going to take them. It'll be either me or Jen that answers them. You can ask about anything. You can even ask about why the Philadelphia Eagles lost one game and how they're going to go forward at 15-1. So we're fine with that. You can still make it to the Super Bowl if you only lose one game. Let me put it to you that way. And I don't want to hear any crap about the Cowboys. I don't want to hear any crap about the Giants. And I definitely don't want to hear any crap about the team formerly known as the Redskins. I'm going to tell you, did anybody, are there any questions up there yet? In other words, we need to pay for the rest of our careers to access. Yes, you do. And not only do you pay, you invest. You're investing in keeping your customers in a pool, and it's not expensive. If it was expensive, we wouldn't have done it. And not only is it not expensive, we made them go 20% for our users. So be aware, Daniel, this is not something that we're trying to, well, if you're going to do this for the rest of your life, I don't know. No, you only need to do it for as long as you're in sales. I think that's the best way to put it. And no matter what you do, you're going to need something. And I can promise you that anything else you use is going to be twice as expensive. That I can promise you.
Yeah, and you can get it for under, I mean, it's so inexpensive. You can get it for,
I don't want to go through pricing. Just click on it, you'll find the price. It's not it, but please compare it to other people's prices. That's what we did. Like, this is the best program on the planet and it's cheaper. Like, come on. Can you speak more on follow through? Yes, I can. Salespeople are taught by their managers that the minute they send a proposal to go follow up. And what he's saying is, I'm pressuring you to make the sale right now. What I want you to do is look at your proposal and Benjamin Franklin close yourself. What are the reasons this person might buy? What are the reasons this person might not buy? So that when you actually do make a phone call to them, you're prepared to win the sale and begin the relationship. Winning the sale is not the end. Winning the sale is the beginning, because it's likely that they're going to want another sale or need service or give a referral or anything that they need along the way. That's follow through. What happens after the sale is completed, the outcome is the follow through. Is follow through free? Yes, it is. No, it would. Okay, so it's a monthly fee. Yes, and it's cheap. Exactly. Anybody who's using Pipedrive, can you pipe in right now and say how great it is, please? Link says the page is no longer there.
When I go to Gitomer.com/CRM in my browser, it pulls right up. So just type in your browser, Gitomer.com/CRM, pulls right up. I can paste the long link as well. And I'll do
Paste
that right
in
now, but it's
Paste it.
working for me. This is a long link. That should hopefully take you there. But I'm seeing some of you guys emailing us to say you've signed up. So well done. I'm looking forward to chatting with you and going through your sales process, because I think that this is going to be, if anything, just a really big eye opener as to what is your sales process and how is it lending you to get the sale? What does it look like even after they purchase to get referrals and to get more sales?
CRM has been around for a long time. I did seminars for ACT. I know the guy that did Goldmine. I mean, it's been here for 25 years. And finally, it's good. Finally, it's easy. Finally, someone has perfected CRM from the perspective of the salesperson, not from the IT person that created the program. Keep that in mind as you're doing this. And also keep in mind that your success in 2023 is dependent upon how you prepare for it for the remainder of 2022. Keep that deeply in mind, because you only have about 6 weeks to get ready. And 2 of those weeks are going to be filled with sugar plums and the elf. Please. We're done with the elf in our family. I'm proud to say Gabrielle knows who the elf was and what the elf did or did not do. Finally.
Earmuffs. There could be kids here, Jeffrey.
Pardon? Oh, there could be, yeah. But no, I didn't say anything about the elf that was bad. I'm just telling you that you got to find out its origin. Here's the slide one more time. Please go there and please do it yourself. You were scheduled for an hour. We're only at 50 minutes, 45 minutes. If we switch careers into something else and we want to come back to sales, how do we access the platform we built? You save it.
You talk to a Pipedrive about that. They can help you figure that piece out for sure.
Yeah, and you can screenshot any of your screens. Only takes 5 minutes to put it together. It's not difficult at all. And if you switch, if you switch, you're already thinking about switching. So just be aware that yes, you can. The link worked for me. Good. It's easy and very affordable. Very, very affordable. I love that. Thank you, Cliff. I mean, these are people that are using it. They're not just us. If you looked at when I asked what the CRM used, half a dozen people put Pipedrive already. I love that. You know what I'm talking about. And please come to Jen's session, because she's going to give you tricks or tips or strategies or ideas that you haven't thought of, because she's a geek. And she geeks out on all the things that you would need to know from a standpoint of just being technically adept. But I'll tell you, I'm not technically adept, and I figured it out. And yes, you're correct, Daniel.
Proud geek.
A proud geek. Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yes.
A proud geek, a proud dog mom, proud Jerseyite. Although she will say I'm from New York when really she's from New Jersey. Just be aware of that. For you guys, you're going to have a great Thanksgiving with your family. That's an order. And make sure that you do something that's fun. And even the relatives that you don't like, fake like you like them. Hug them, make nice. They're going to wonder what's wrong with you.
Jeffrey, I just want to add one thing.
Sure.
There's going to be some downtime right now before the end of the year where you're going to actually have time to set yourself up for success for next year. And I could not think of a better time to get this right now so that you go into 2023 actually ready to hit the ground running. Because what does it mean to hit the ground running, right? You do the prepare part. That's the most important part. And analyzing and auditing the state of your relationships and who you want to further relationships with, who you want to deepen relationships with, who maybe you need to stop following up with because they're wasting your time. Like really having a good worldview of what's going on in your sales world is going to make the difference for next year. So
I would also tell you that we are going to do one on making videos. Just stay tuned for that notification because CRM, details, and video are going to be the two elements that are going to drive you forward into 2023. They're going to drive us forward. So be aware of that. We will definitely have a video piece. And by that time, the Eagles will be 12-1. Just saying, just talking for a friend. In the meantime, I want you all to have the most wonderful, successful time in your sales career between now and forever. That's important. And I will see you shortly. Jenny? Peace out.
au revoir.
Thank you for yeah. This is goodbye. If you need anything, help me at Gitomer.com. We'll get you an immediate response. Talk
It's an
soon.
email address, not a URL.
Help me at Gitomer.com is an email address.
Bye.
Bye-bye.